that's the mini advantage that I have over most, because I am a selfish cunt, and I will admit that, and if some people watching this will laugh, because I am a selfish cunt, I am able to have more time and more money invested in the things that I want to do that I know will pay off in the future. So instead of going, oh, I don't really want to put my money on this anniversary, but fuck me, you know, she keeps nagging me, I don't have that. I don't have any of that. I don't have a child crying. I don't have bills for a child. My kid's not going to school next week. Or let's say September, let's say, okay? My kid's not going to school in September next year. I don't have to go, ooh, let's put some money aside. I can be the most selfish motherfucker on the planet and spend £3,000 on supplements and a new website. Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be talking about how men should make life easier for themselves and the mini advantages. So I made a video very recently, and near the end I spoke about male advantages, like mini advantages that men can put into their life. And a lot of people said in the comments that I should make that into a video in itself, and that's what I'm going to do here. So what I mean by make life easier for yourself is, prime example, last night I paid around about 2,000 British pounds for the supplements, the first batch of supplements to be created, and they'll be with us in about 6 weeks, guys, so look out for that. I'll do tons of videos before then. So I've just thrown £2,000 at that, okay? I've also thrown about £250 at a new website so that we can set up all the e-commerce and build it all together. There was a guy from the MSI college days, I believe, but even under First Man, he emailed me and said that he would, Nicholas, that's his name. He said that he sent me a free website example. He sent me a sample of a website and was like, this is what I think First Man should look like. So if you're watching this, Nicholas, I will message you and give you the opportunity to beat the 250 quid that I've been promised. You know, I'm going to do it fair, like business. You know, the best person's going to win based on merit here. But out of honor, because you did that for free for me the first time, I will let you do that, okay? But on the sense of men giving themselves advantages. So I've paid for all of that. So I've paid 2,250 quid there. I've also paid for a bunch of gym stuff. But put it this way, in this last month, I might have gone through about £3,000, okay? £3,000 in a month just spending it on the business. If I had a child, I wouldn't be able to do that, because my girlfriend or wife would be going fucking nuts at me. Okay, number two, I would need that money for the child, so I probably wouldn't be able to afford it. Number three, I'd probably have to have a 9-to-5 job, because if you said, look, I'm going to go full-time on my business now, I'm going to give it 5 years, putting this together, you know your girlfriend or wife might be like, actually, no, you're not doing that. You're going back in the workplace. And you would feel guilty too, because you'd be like, well, I need a bigger house for me and the child. I need all these things for this scenario, these ties that I now have. You know, let's say you got one guy who's going to get married, you got one guy who's in my scenario. If or they're saving up for a mortgage with their girlfriend, okay? I can go, right, £3,000 in a month into my business, and that will pay off in the future. If you've got a girlfriend and she's saying, I really want marriage, or I really want a mortgage, and you've got to save for that, then you've got somebody pressuring you all the time saying you can't spend that money. You can't spend that money. And if you want those things, if you as a guy actually want those things, you cannot spend that money. You know, because you've got other things going on. If you've got kids, marriage, and a mortgage, you've just made your life so fucking hard. I've done that video before, guys, where it's about 700,000 to 800,000. Well, no, take out the car. Just those three things alone. If you have 2 kids by the age of 36, which is the average, I said 27 is the most dangerous age for men. In 9 years, you basically destroy your life. It's about 500,000, 600,000 that goes out the door on marriage, mortgage, and 2 kids. About 600 grand goes out the door that you can't put your hands on. Now, imagine this scenario. If a guy was 27 years old and you said, hey, buddy, here's 600,000. You've got until you're 36 to figure something out, and then things go back to normal. You would just get normal wages every single month. What scenario do you think that guy would take then? If you said, or you put all that 600,000 into a marriage, mortgage, and 2 kids. You know, you can put it into a business, stocks, housing, rent them out. Which, do you think his life would go parallel and then meet in the middle? Because I fucking don't. I think given those two options and knowing those two options, the guy on the left, here's the one that I would be, guy on the right is a normal life. I think they would go like this. I think they would go off complete different tandems. They would, they'd be moving parallel and bang. That guy would just shoot off to another route. It would be the same person. So like, let's say, for example, you've got a guy who's got a girl who's pressuring him, getting married, kids, mortgage, etc. He knows that in the next, because I've told you through this video, he knows over the next 9 years, that could be 600,000 gone. Which is what I mean by that is over an 18-year period, allowing that kid to grow up, it's about that much money. But during that 9-year period is when it all gets tied up. So once you've had that second child, all that money's been written up. You're going to have to spend it at some point. It's basically in a 9-year gap. Had you not tied all that money up, if you had two guys, one was going down that family scenario, but then just before somebody stops him and says, watch his First Man video. Here's what could happen with that money. Here's what you could do. I know for a fact, once that's put there and that seeds in the minds, the guy's going off the other way. And this is the massive problem, is we don't give ourselves advantages in life. So many men go, I'm 40 years old, I got the kids and the wife, I didn't do what I wanted to do in life. It's like, yeah, because you fucked that up personally. You fucked that up. If that's what the life you wanted, great. Like, you win at life. If you want kids, marriage, mortgage, and a happy little cottage in the corner, I encourage you to go for it. I encourage you to probably not subscribe to this channel because there might be some horrible content in terms of when you get older and things start to crumble apart. They're not what they once were, as it always happens. Nothing lasts forever. And you regret, you might not want to watch these videos. But so many guys don't realize that they fucked up their own life. Like, you've got to give yourself those advantages, those mini advantages along the way. I can put £3,000 into my business in the last 28, 30 days. I can do that. I can sit out here and record. I'm going to record 15 videos now. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to record 15 videos. This is my second one. I'm going to sit out here doing it. It's International Men's Day. Probably a lot of people searching for this shit. I can do this. If I had a child crying right now, I'd have to stop. If I had a girlfriend or a wife right now, she might be like, oh, we've got to go and do this. But what about the shopping? The weekend's coming up. COVID's going on. COVID's going on. I heard that the shops are bare in shopping and stuff like that. There's barely any food. What are we going to do if we run out of baby food? What are we going to do if we run out of this and that? As a man on my own, I can be like, I don't give a fuck. I'll figure something out. I'll focus on this for now. That's the mini advantage that I have over most, because I am a selfish cunt, and I will admit that. And if some people watching this will laugh. Because I am a selfish cunt, I am able to have more time and more money invested in the things that I want to do that I know will pay off in the future. So instead of going, I don't really want to put my money on this anniversary, but fuck me, she keeps nagging me. I don't have that. I don't have any of that. I don't have a child crying. I don't have bills for a child. My kid's not going to school next week. Or let's say September, okay? My kid's not going to school in September next year. I don't have to go, let's put some money aside. I can be the most selfish motherfucker on the planet and spend £3,000 on supplements and a new website. I can do that. Most people cannot do that because they haven't given themselves, here we go, theme of the video, those mini advantages, okay? Another mini advantage. The gym is for lame people, okay? Yep. What about exercise? Oh, I don't see the point in exercise. Okay. How's your life going? Yeah, it's good, I'm happy. Are you sure? Because I guarantee you're masturbating to women that you cannot get. If people don't understand how much of a mini advantage being in shape is, then they simply haven't ever been in shape. If you're the guy at school when everybody was really young, I remember year 7, I had a six-pack. I got a ton of female attention just because I had a six-pack. Like, girls would come over and just lift your top up and grab your stomach. It was like year 7, year 8. It's fucking, girls were still on it back then. Now in this kind of age, I'm 28, I've put on in the last, since August, I've put on, and this isn't accurate, most people won't be able to do this, but I was underweight because I was doing a lot of other shit. I wasn't training, I wasn't eating right, I was really busy, I was stressed out. I've gone from about 13 stone to 15 stone 4 last time I stepped on the scales. I look massive compared to how I used to look. The female attention has gone up massively. And you don't really have to do shit. You know, the respect from men has gone through the roof. If I went and applied for jobs tomorrow, I'd probably walk in like that if I put a nice fitted suit on, because they'd be like, oh, this guy is clearly in his 30s or something. I know I look a bit older, right? This guy's clearly in his 30s, he's big, he's strong, he's a leader. Like, the people just assume this shit. Like, that's why I always say to you guys, get in shape for body language purposes. Because if you're just a big, wide guy, it makes your body language look better, regardless of height or anything like that, or looks or whatever. If you're just a bigger guy, something that we can all do, you know, just add a bit of muscle. And I'm not talking like sat there stacked. I'm talking like you can be lean and you can look good and whatever. But just when you put a t-shirt on or a work shirt on or a jumper on, you have structure. You look bigger, you look stronger. You'll get more respect of people. You'll attract more women or men, whatever your preference is. And everything in your life will be better because of this. Like, people will... When I was really young, when I was like 18, 19, I'd walk into a club, whatever, and you're quite a skinny guy, loads of hair, like Pretty Boy Justin Bieber flicks and shit. And a guy, like a bigger guy, might turn around, bump into you, bump your drink over, and they wouldn't even say sorry. You'd be like, fuck you. And they'd be like, fuck you, yeah, get out my fucking way. Or they'd stare at you weird in the club. For some unknown reason, I don't know why. I remember about 23 years old, I put on a lot of muscle, 24. People move out the way. People turn around aggressive, see how big you are, and they go, sorry, mate, sorry. I was at Wembley recently, and I had that a football match, Man City versus Aston Villa. And there was this big guy who was bullying everyone. Big fat guy was bullying everyone. And he was stealing people's Man City hats, and we were walking past next. And I kind of just like bumped into the side of him, and he like spun around, looked at me, and he went to do something, and he stopped, and he went... and turned off, didn't say shit. And that's just size. You know, he's just looking, thinking, oh, you know, that's dangerous. I could get hurt off this guy. This guy's quite big. That's the difference. Like, it will improve your life. It gives you a mini advantage, okay? And this is what so many guys forget. Along their life, they jump into decisions. You know, they do things like, okay, I've met this one woman. She's stunning. This is it for the rest of my life. It's like, you don't know what you could get moving forward. You're jumping out very early, okay? So you've just taken away one of your main advantages, which is the male advantage. It's probably the biggest one, okay, that we peak later in life. You've wiped that out. I'm not going to get in shape because I'm insecure. I don't want to go in the gym. People are looking at me. Believe me, nobody's looking at you. Most people in the gym are out of shape. That's why they're there, all right? And they say, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to build up my muscles. It looks lame. All my friends will laugh at me. Nobody else goes to the gym. Okay, you're just taking away another advantage. I'm not gonna take care of my hygiene because why should I do it for women? Because it's easier. It makes your life better. You know, I'm not, and I'm a proponent of this as well because I'm currently doing it for a purpose, which is put all my money in my business. But once I have the money, people who go, I'm not going to dress well. I'm not going to get a tailored fitted suit to go to meetings. They should bow down to me. No, wear a nice fitted suit. Like, if I had a massive meeting tomorrow, believe me, I'm going and getting a tailored suit. Immaculately fitted, Conor McGregor style, because it's a respect thing, and I know they will treat me with more respect for looking that way. You know, and it's not, you could do it for women, you can dress better, etc. and stuff like that, but people will show you more respect when you go into a building, let's say a business deal, and you're dressed professionally. Speaking with more articulation, becoming more intelligent, becoming more fluent in the words that you say. You know, people who refuse to change are not giving themselves many advantages in life. You know, I saw this a lot when I was in London, okay? And you guys know before I've made videos on how different cultures hold men back. It's nothing to do with race or anything like that, okay? Because there's a lot of white guys that do this too. But I worked in the world of finance for about 4 years, okay? I saw a lot of white and Asian people. That's about it. A few Eastern European people, but more white and Asian. And as Dan Pena said, the world is still racist, massively racist. Finance, massively racist, okay? Because you're dealing with people who are billionaires, who might be, let's say, Chinese, they might be from the Middle East, they might be white, old school white money, like Connecticut type money, and they don't want to deal with black people. They don't want to deal with certain people from certain places of the world. They don't want to deal with somebody from Poland, for example, which I think is, you know, I'm younger though, it's different. Okay, I wouldn't care. I think that's massively racist. But this is why these financial firms go, okay, we're going to hire somebody who's white because they see it as a safe bet. However, occasionally you get somebody like Obama who comes along and speaks completely fluently. And then you get somebody, like I've had friends go for jobs and say I didn't get the job because it was racist. Okay, might be. But then I've known the employers, or I've known people who've gone for the same job and said, no, it was because they used the word fam in the interview. You know, they came in wearing black trainers and used the word fam for a finance job. They're like, we cannot have that. You know, and this is what I mean. And I'm not saying that's all people from a certain race, right? You guys know me very well. What I'm saying is, if you're against change, if you are refusing the change and you want to be a certain way and you say, no, the world must accept me as I am going to roll in to that job with a hoodie on and trainers, and if you don't hire me, you're racist, then you are a fucking idiot. Sometimes you have to change for what you want. Sometimes you have to go and put on that fitted suit, even though every other day you dress like Mark Zuckerberg. Example, Mark Zuckerberg. He used to dress in hoodies and sandals and cargo shorts every single day. He then started realizing what he would do for his life to have CEO lessons, and number two, to start dressing in suits and dressing better. And his wealth has just gone through the roof because it just sends out a signal. It's a mini advantage. There's a lot of young guys out there, white, black, Asian, whatever it might be, who will go for job interviews and will speak with their neighborhood accent. Okay, so I'm from Gloucestershire originally. I had a farmer accent. I have changed the way I speak on purpose, and I have improved my pronunciation of certain words like glass. I used to say glass. Now I say glass. The reason I've done that is because it makes you look more professional. People take you more seriously. It's given me a mini advantage in life. I've gone in the gym because I was inherently skinny. I'm now bigger, more muscular. I've given my life a bigger advantage. I look at the whole scenario of guys having kids young in their 20s and I go, figured this game out. The less ties you have, the more time you have, the more money you have available to invest in what you want to do, and the more seeds you can plant young, the more it will pay off in the future, and the more many advantages that I have early on to make this shit happen before it gets to a point where I cannot do shit, where I'm tied down, where I have 3 kids, where I have a wife, where I have a mortgage, where I have all this shit, right? Whereas if I do the other stuff first, I even have a mini advantage when I'm looking for a home, okay? Because now I'm super rich. So I go, well, where do I want to live? Not where can I afford to live? Where do I want to live? And this all comes from giving yourself mini advantages. Like I had a friend when I was younger who was a genius. Every time an opportunity came up, he spotted it 6 months early. And he always took it before everybody else, or set himself up in a certain manner so that he got the best scenario in that situation. I learned from him. And I saw what he did. And I think about stuff 10 years early now. And I think, okay, when I am 38 years old, what do I want in my life? And I'm like, no, I'm going to be so young when I'm 38. I don't want kids. I don't want mortgage. I don't want a marriage. You know, I could have easily had all that now with 2 different women. Beautiful women, lovely women. I turned that down after long-term relationships. You know, and some days, you sit there and you go, was that the right decision? But I know it will all pay off long-term because it's those mini advantages. I don't want to be one of those guys who gets to 40 and goes, shit, I fucked up and I can't go back. You know, marriage, mortgage, kids, anything like that will always be there. You know, you can roll into a finance office and sound very posh and go, hello, yes, hi, yes, thank you for having me here, you know, and learn how to speak articulate, and then go out with the boys on the weekend and be like, hey, what's going on, you cunts? Get it down, yeah, come on, shots for the boys. You can be 2 different types of people and improve your life. It's not being fake. People say it's fake. Advantage in the workplace, advantage with the boys, advantage in life. Like, just find these mini advantages. And the 2 main ones, like I said, no ties as early on as you can in life. No ties. Just give yourself no ties. Just no marriage, no mortgage, no kids. Stay away from all that shit as young as possible. As long as possible when you're young. I would recommend like 16 to about 40. I just think you can build such a great life in that time frame. The second one is get in the gym. Just get in the gym. Just make yourself look better. 2 major advantages to your life. You'll always have money. You might not be super rich or rich. You're going to have $250,000, 300,000 more than you would have had by the time you reach like 36. So if you're a 36-year-old man, you have kids, wife, mortgage, etc. You got no money, you're struggling, you're working every hour that God sent, you'll run into work with your suit on, sprinting down, pushing the pram with your suit on and your trainers on, checking for your watch. It's not a nice life. You've got no money for yourself, everything's a bit shit, but you're like, well, I have to do it for my family. Or do you want to be the guy who's 36, who's got exact same scenario, it's just what the money's gone on. They can have the same job, same money, etc., but the money's gone on better things. So the second guy, 300,000 in the bank, goes, okay, I'm going to buy a house outright. Done, paid for, no bills. So then if he gets married and has kids, etc., his bills are super low. He's not doing it all at once at the start. Like, that's what's hard. Like, once you've got a big pile of money, it makes everything easy. Like, do that first. Set up your own life first. If you've got 400,000, you buy a house outright and you go, right, no bills, no debts, no bills, nothing. Your costs every month will be like 200 quid. With kids, it's going to be like 800. With a wife, she's working, whatever. But you're going to be fine. You can handle that. I wouldn't recommend that in that, maybe do it by 40 and make a lot more money. But if that is the scenario that you can do, then, how much better is that than being like, okay, I'm going to do marriage, mortgage, and kids all at once with a 9-to-5 job, and then you never get to save up that money. So you're constantly paying shit off, and it's constantly a struggle until like 50, 60 years old. Like, that's way worse. I don't know why people would want to do it like that. And you have to find these mini advantages, guys. You have to find them in life. And I've detailed a few there. And like I said before, Dan Pena said, and people call him racist, I just call him logical. And I know you guys are logical too. But he was saying, if your name is like Saddam Hussein, okay, that's just your name. It was unfortunate. If your name's Bin Laden, he was saying, like, it's unfortunate, but fucking change your name. That's what he says. He's like, change your name to get more sales. Change your name so that more people want to do business with you. He was like, it will make a huge difference. He was like, if you've got a hard name that nobody can pronounce, it was quite racist what he did there. He like pretended to do an Asian name or an Arab name, and he like blah, 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 like he did that sort of shit, right? But you can imagine the longest name that you've ever seen, okay? A very hard name to pronounce that people won't really remember. Like I see on Instagram and YouTube, some people have channel names. Like, I cannot believe KSI made it because of his name, but then he shortened it to KSI and it worked. If he had kept his original name, might not have blown up. Have something simple that people can remember. It makes a massive difference. That's a mini advantage in life. Like, somebody who is called Saddam Hussein versus somebody who is called Jim Jones. If they're in the same job making sales, Jim Jones is making more sales. It's easy to remember. Number two, people will feel more comfortable working with that individual. This is what Dan Pena is saying. This isn't me, but I'm just repeating what he was saying. But that is a form of a mini advantage. You just tweak things in your life. There's no point suffering. There's no point suffering and being like, well, I have to have a kid. There's no point suffering and saying, well, I was just born with bad genetics. No point getting in the gym. Like, I've been working on my jawline, my neck. All of you guys have been saying it looks better in the comments. Somebody said you look a lot more dominant. Somebody said, I was thinking the other day, this guy's got a great neck. Like, my jawline is now about 3 times better than it was 8 weeks ago when I started training it, or 10 weeks ago. I have more advantages in my life now because I worked on it. You think being in shape, looking more dominant, having more money, having a better business, having my own products, having a better jawline, no ties in my life. Do you think my life's better now, or was it better 6 months ago, a year ago? My life is way better now. Way better. And I'm not bragging. I know a lot of people are suffering right now from COVID. I'm saying I have done this on purpose. I know what works in life. We all do, but we're all very PC and we're all very stuck up and egotistical. And we go, I don't want to go in the gym. Why do I have to go in the gym? People should like me for me. That sort of shit. Drop all the ego stuff. What works? What fucking works? Being in shape, looking better, dressing well, having money, being tie-free so you can invest in yourself. This shit works. Do it. Give yourself the mini advantages, because once you've got them, your life will get better. It will get easier. And guess what? All that other shit, you can still go and do it. If you're 40 years old and you've got everything you've ever wanted, and then you want to get fat and married, go and have kids, yeah, we go and do it. You can choose then. But you cannot choose to do the other stuff the other way around. It's either one or the other. But if you do all the other shit first, you can go back to the other life if you wanted to. You can easily do the many advantages in the first place, sacrifice the girlfriend, kids, everything, whatever comes with that. Then if you want to, you can bum around in a hoodie, go and get married and have 10 kids at fucking 40 years old, 36, 38 years old. But make sure your life's set up first. Make sure you get in shape first. Give yourself these advantages. Otherwise, you will suffer. Your life will be harder than it needs to be. Remember that. Your life will be harder than it needs to be for such a small commitment that can happen in 5 to 8 years.